I have got 7 overland and camping gadgets I take with me on every camping trip, and well, I think you should take them too. Starting with number 1, the Devos Light Ranger. I added this simple concept light to my kit about a year ago, and I absolutely love it. The idea behind it is pretty basic. It's a light on a stick. It can throw a 360-degree ring of light around your campsite, and because it's over 8 feet, about 2.5 meters in the air, your bugs are less likely to bug you. It's also IPX4 water resistant, so it can handle a small storm. And the Devos team has a few new ideas that I need to show you too. This yellow filter, which I've been using almost constantly, has an amber hue to the light, helping to ward off bugs. It's not as awesome as I would love, but I know that they have a red one out, if not on the way as well. So that is the one I'm really excited about because that's pretty rad. The next thing to get excited about is they have a solar panel that clamps onto the top of it. So if you're hanging out at camp all day, this little panel, well, it will basically save some sunlight for later. So I think the simple concept behind the Devos Light Ranger is what I like the most about it. It's quite simply a light on a stick that you can move around freely and light up any area of your camp without looking for a spot to clamp, hang, or magnetize a light. It's just simple and it just works. Number 2 is the Frontrunner Expander Chair. I have had so many camp chairs over the years. There are a lot of great ones, some that pack really small and some that are big and comfy. And then there's this one, the middle ground. It isn't crazy small, but it sets up quick, packs into an easy flat shape, and it's reasonably comfortable. The Frontrunner Expander Chair is almost a staple of overlanding. I think almost everybody has one. And if you're getting into this fancy car camping, I cannot recommend this chair enough. Save yourself the hassle. It's the chair. It's weird to say this, but the Frontrunner Expander Chair has a bunch of features that make it my go-to chair beyond just packing down to 1/16 of its size. So first, because it doesn't have single feet, it won't sink into the sand or snow like almost every other backpacking style chair out there. It is also a table height chair, and this sounds obvious, but again, so many of those lounge style camp chairs, well, they're lower. So sitting at a table for eating or working while remote, literally remote, is a primary selling point of this chair. It also has some pockets on the side for your phone and a cup holder, but I think almost every single chair out there has those, so I can't say that's a stand apart reason to own the chair. For me, it really comes down to how quickly it sets up and packs away, the seating position, and the fact that it packs so small into a nice flat cube style shape. And if you have 2 of them, it fits in this really great bag. It's just, this is the chair. So I can't really talk more about a chair. So let's just move on to number 3. Number 3 is the Agawa Gear Boreal 21 bow saw. Say that 21 times fast. I don't carry a chainsaw. I don't really come up on trees across my trails all that much. But having this as my around camp saw is great because it's also kind of my just in case, see what I did there, saw, should I come across a tree across my trail. The Agawa gear is reasonably priced, about $75. And if you haven't caught on, I like gear that collapses into an easily packable size. My saw came with the case and even an extra blade, so I'm not too worried about the longevity of my original purchase because I know it'll last at least a few seasons. And I like this because it can be great for backpacking or at a cabin or wherever you want to put it. It isn't strictly an overlanding piece of gear. And I can't really say much more about it. I mean, it's a saw that collapses really small, cuts well, doesn't take fuel, won't break the bank, and it just seems obvious to me that we should all have one of these with us or something similar. I know that there's another one out there. It's like a single blade, like a big knife. It's called like the Silk or something. Oh, every time I use this saw, someone comments. I'm sure you're going to comment. Let me know the other one that's kind of like a single blade one. I think the single blade one, and correct me again in the comments, I'm sure you will, but I think it's only a one direction saw, so you can only like pull to cut. I'm not 100% sure on that one. I'm trying to get my hands on something similar. If it shows up on the channel, you'll know. because it'll show up on the channel. So anyway, number 4 is, well, it's this channel. Yes, because this video alone covers only a short list of gear, there is so much more gear that you can carry when camping, overlanding, or hiking, and that is what this channel is all about. So make sure to subscribe to this new gear-only channel of mine. Everybody will tell you gear doesn't matter, and it's all about the adventure. To that I say, try going on an adventure without any of the gear, and tell me how enjoyable it is. Gear matters, and I won't even try and sugarcoat that. More importantly, the right gear matters, and that is why I created this channel, to tell you honestly about the gear I have tested and if I think it's worth your hard-earned dough to improve your camping experience. Heaps of overland gear out there is just fluff and comes with overland tax. For example, check out the DMOS shovel if you want to know what I'm talking about when I say overland tax. It's my job to get you the best bang for your buck, and that's why you need to subscribe. Everyone who subscribes has the shared goal to hit 100,000 subscribers by July of 2023 on this channel. I think we can do it. Pretty sure. I mean, we just need everybody who likes talking about gear to join us. So if you've made it this far into the video, it's likely that you enjoy talking about gear. You need to hit that subscribe button, share this with a friend, whatever. Or you can buy a $600 shovel and think they're overland ready just because of the price. So now that you have cut all that wood, subscribed, and saved $600 in the process, let's talk about number 5 on my list, the Bigfoot Bushcraft ferro rod and fire starters. There are few things as exciting as striking your own fire. A ferro rod is a fuel-free way to start a fire. If you're in a real pinch, you can use a ferro rod to ignite kindling and have a roaring fire without having to rub sticks together. With a ferro rod, you don't have to worry about lighter fluid because it's just a stick that strikes. Or even like batteries, because there's those new arc lighters that are all battery powered. You can simply just put your survival skills to the test and strike a fire. A primary selling feature of the Bigfoot Bushcraft ferro rod is that it comes with the striker. You don't have to use your knife to strike it, which often ends in a bloody injury if you aren't careful. I also carry the Bigfoot Bushcraft fire starters with my ferro rod. These have to be the best ones I have found yet. Simply split them in half, and then that compacted cotton that they're made of, it'll have a feather-like fringe. Aim the striker at this, and boom, you have a fire. And these starters, they'll burn for about 5 minutes, so start stacking the medium-sized kindling on top and avoid the fuss of all the small kindling and shavings and gathering cotton or carrying like dryer lint, any of that stuff. These things, awesome. So I really like them. I use them all the time. And as an added bonus, they smell like strawberries. So you can't go wrong. I love these things. I can't even try to tell you how much I've loved this combo. For me, it is the easiest and coolest way to start a fire. Number 6 on the list is one I don't think we always think to have with us on our packing list: a good pair of work gloves. Mechanic gloves are easy to think of when overlanding, but when you get to camp, some solid leather work gloves are a must. I got turned on to the Giver gloves last winter and am now completely addicted. Their winter 4-season gloves, absolutely a gateway drug into their entire product line. But for now, I use these Giver gloves. They're the classics, and they've got a thin lining as my all-around camp gloves. With the heat this summer, I think I should have gone with the lightweight unlined glove, but still having a glove that fits like a glove and keeps my hands free from nicks, cuts, slivers, and everything else that comes up when working around camp. I am beyond pleased with these and think you should add some to your kit. Starting at $40, you really can't go wrong. Plus, save yourself all the nicks, the cuts, and the need for number 7. So, number 7 should probably be number 1 on your packing list. Let me introduce you to the all-new first aid kit line from MyMedic. I have 2 kits from MyMedic. One for injuries around camp, the not-so-serious stuff. It's the MyFac Mini. This is their all-new line with laser-cut MOLLE and a body strap so you can wear the pack if you're heading out on a small hike. This is an absolute must-have for any adventurer, and the team at MyMedic has worked hard to improve their already awesome kits. Everything is color-coded and a simple book page design inside to help you quickly find what you need inside the kit. I also carry a larger kit, the standard MyFac, which means my first aid kit. It's funny to say, sounds like I'm swearing, but it just means my first aid kit. This one has a lot more goodies, and it's the one you really go to if you need to save a life, at least for the kit I carry. I really do like the folks at My Medic because they aren't just selling you a first aid kit to sell you a first aid kit. They also have an online course that you can take to learn how to save a life. Having a cool bag with all the cool tools is one thing, but having the knowledge to put it into practical use is another. So check out their March, not the month, course. Stands for Massive Bleeding, quizzing myself here. Massive Bleeding, Airway, Respirations, Circulations, Hypothermia, March. This course is taught by a Special Forces medic and is broken down into sections with easy to follow steps. And if you miss something, it has unlimited rewatching. So you can make sure you're always in the know. These kits are always with me, and I think they're worth every cent because the unknown is the nature of adventure, and these are fully stocked to keep you prepared for that unknown. So there you have it. 7 must-have camping and overland gear and gadgets and whatever else you want to call them that I have with me on every trip. If you liked something you saw, I do have links in the description below. I do make a small commission on some of those things, so just, well, if you're getting it, use my link. It does help keep the channel alive. So that being said, there is always more gear to talk about. And in this video, I don't know, I should put a video there. I joined up with my friends Revere Overland and Ozark Overland Adventures to share some of the coolest new gear to hit Overland Expo. My favorite thing in that video is the Berna projectile launcher. You're gonna wanna check that out. So I'll see you over there.